Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the air moving in and out of you. Now, without moving, without speaking, become aware that right now, in this moment, you are affecting every person in this room. Not because of what you say, because of what you are. You did not ask for this responsibility. You were born into it. Every living being is a broadcasting station, emitting a frequency of consciousness, of emotion, of intention that reaches outward, invisibly, into the web of all those connected to you. This web is what we call your resonance circle. And the question I place before you today is the most important one you may ever sit with. How much do you care about those in your resonance circle, not in words, not in sentiment, but in the actual frequency you are broadcasting into them right now? In the old way, the shaman's first lesson was not how to heal. It was how to see not just with the eyes, but to perceive the invisible threads that run between all living beings. Our ancestors did not need instruments to know this. They felt it. When one member of the tribe suffered, the whole tribe grew heavier. When one elder was at peace, children slept more soundly across the camp. The shaman was not someone with supernatural power. The shaman was someone who refused to be unconscious about the connection, who said, "I will not pretend that my inner world is private. I will not pretend that my fear, my anger, my grief, my joy belongs only to me." The circle has always been resonating. The only question is whether you have been conscious of the signal you send into it. This is the shamanic teaching that the modern world has abandoned, not because it is false, but because it demands too much. It demands that we take full responsibility for what we carry into the rooms we enter, the relationships we inhabit, the silences we choose to keep. Some of you may want evidence. Science does not disappoint us here. It speaks in a different tongue, but it says the same thing. Neuroscience has given us the discovery of mirror neurons, structures in the brain that fire in response to the emotional states of others. Your suffering is neurologically contagious. So is your calm. When you carry grief into a room, the nervous systems of those around you register it, not as an idea, but as a physical event. This is not metaphor. This is mechanism. Epigenetics goes further still. Research now shows that chronic stress in one generation can alter gene expression in the next. The trauma you do not heal, you transmit. The peace you cultivate, you also transmit. Your emotional life is not a private inheritance. It is biological information passed through bodies, through relationship, through the quality of presence you bring to the people closest to you. Systems theory frames the same truth at the level of networks. Every node in a network affects every other node. You are not a bystander in your own web. You are a hub. The quality of the hub shapes the health of the entire network that surrounds it. When a hub is chaotic, the network becomes chaotic. When a hub is coherent, the network stabilizes around it. We live in an age that prizes the individual. We are told that your inner life is your own business, that your emotions are private, that your choices affect only you. This is one of the great myths of the modern era, and systems science dismantles it completely. You are not an island. You are a field event. Your emotional state is not a private matter. It is environmental data for every living being in your circle. Philosophy asks the question that science cannot answer. What, then, do we owe each other? Emmanuel Levinas spent his life on a single idea that the face of another human being is a moral summons. You cannot truly look at another person and remain indifferent. The moment you see them, really see them, you are already responsible. Responsibility does not begin with a contract or a duty. It begins with perception. To perceive another is to already be obligated to them. Baruch Spinoza saw further still. He understood that the apparent separation between self and other is, in the deepest sense, an illusion. We are not isolated beings who occasionally bump into each other. We are expressions of one reality, temporarily convinced of our separateness. To heal another is to heal yourself. To harm another is, in truth, to harm yourself. The circle is not a social arrangement. It is, in Spinoza's terms, the very structure of existence. And from the African philosophical tradition, Ubuntu gives us perhaps the clearest expression of what the shaman already knew. Amuntungamuntungabantu. A person is a person through other persons. I am because we are. You did not come into being alone. You were held, spoken to, fed, and seen by others whose resonance circle you inhabited long before you could speak. Every cell in your body was built from nutrients that came through the care of another being. Your language, your thoughts, your sense of self, all of it arrived through relationship. You are, at your foundation, a collaborative project. Teaching is not enough. We must practice. So, I give you 3 questions. Not to answer quickly, but to carry, to return to let them do their work on you over days and weeks. The first, who is truly in my resonance circle? Not just the people I like, but every person who is genuinely affected by my existence, my choices, my silence, my presence. The second, what frequency am I broadcasting into that circle right now? Through the quality of my attention, my emotional state, my words, my actions, and my deliberate silences? The third, what would it mean to take full, conscious stewardship, not guilt, but responsibility for the signal I am sending into the lives of those who orbit me? These are not comfortable questions. They are not meant to be. Comfort keeps us asleep. These questions are meant to wake you, not into anxiety, but into authorship, into the deep recognition that you are already shaping the people around you, whether you are conscious of it or not. The shaman does not ask whether she is affecting the field. That question is already answered. The shaman only asks, am I bringing healing or harm into the field I walk through? We are living through a time of profound disconnection. Loneliness is epidemic. People stare at screens in place of faces. We have convinced ourselves, as a civilization, that our inner lives are our own private property. The ancient wisdom says, this is the wound. And the healing is not complicated. It does not require a ceremony or a technique or a special knowledge. It requires only this. Wake up to the fact that you matter, not in the sentimental sense, but in the literal sense. Your presence lands somewhere. Your frequency arrives in others. You are already a shaman. The circle is already resonating. The only remaining choice is whether you will tend it with love or leave it to chance. May you feel the threads. May you tend them with care. May those in your circle know, in their bones and not just their minds, that your resonance reaches them with love.